Welcome to Supply and Demand with Paul Breunich. I'm your host, Anna Berry, and today we have a lot to discuss. Paul, it's great to have you with us again.
Anna, I'm happy to be here.
All right, so what specifically will we be talking about today?
Anna, today I will be talking about the overall real estate market by updating the macroeconomic charts from last quarter. I will also be discussing the demand side of the real estate equation and talking about what needs to be done to create demand for a house.
All right, so tell us, how is the real estate market?
The real estate market is very healthy. The positive upward trend, as I reported last quarter, is continuing. Sales are increasing, inventory levels are low, which is resulting in upward pressure on home values. This is reflected in year-to-date closings in our markets. These increases represent year-to-date closings through August 31st, 2013, as compared to the same period last year. In Fairfield County, sales are up 27%. On the Connecticut shoreline, 10%. In Litchfield County, 11%. In Westchester County, 25%. And in Berkshire County, sales are up 19%.
Now, your economic charts are always informative. Now, let's get into what's been happening since we last met.
Anna, there has been movement. Let's get into it. Through August 15th, consumer confidence is at 81.5. This is the highest the index has been in 5 years. Consumers are getting more optimistic about the economy, and the real estate purchases are reflecting that. The second quarter gross domestic product, or GDP, had growth of 2.5%. A healthy increase from the first quarter of this year and a continuation of positive growth quarters since 2009. Unemployment remains steady in the mid-sevens and is down slightly to 7.4% since the last time we met. Mortgage rates have increased almost a full point since May, but still remain at historic lows. Mortgage rates are a key factor in determining house affordability. That being said, they also need to be kept in perspective. As the economy improves, mortgage rates will increase as the Fed will return to a more traditional monetary policy. This will be positive. It will reflect a healthier economy. I believe mortgage rates will remain in the mid to high fours for the remainder of the year.
Okay, it appears all systems go. Now let's talk about how do you create demand?
To create demand, first you need to understand demand. Demand in real estate is an economic principle that describes consumers' desire, willingness, and ability to pay a price for a specific house. That seems pretty basic. The challenge is actually finding all the consumers with the willingness, desire, and ability to pay a price for a specific house. When you do find all the consumers for that particular house, that dynamic will guarantee the highest price for the seller. I like to use a pyramid graph to depict this. The pyramid represents a finite number of consumers in the world who are able to afford a specifically priced house. This is the ability portion of the demand definition. As the price of the house increases, the buyer pool becomes smaller. When you add in the other factors, which are the desire and willingness of the consumer to purchase the house, the buyer pool becomes even smaller.
Well, this seems like a daunting task. How do you do it?
Everyone says it's marketing, but to put it simply, everyone does it differently. I will explain how Sotheby's International Realty markets a home. I like to keep things simple, and to put it simply, we need to expose our clients' homes to the four corners of the world. Here's how we do it. Locally, we use the MLS and advertising in both print and web. Regionally, we market to our own company of 26 offices and 1,000 agents in New York, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. We also market to the Sotheby's International Realty offices in Manhattan, Long Island, and Northern Jersey. Additionally, we do regional and web-based advertising. Nationally, again, we utilize the Sotheby's network of 400 offices to market the property. Internationally, we market to approximately 700 Sotheby's International Realty offices on 6 continents and to the 10 international Sotheby auction locations. When you start to talk about national and international marketing efforts, you need to be specific on what you do. Sotheby's International Realty focuses the majority of its resources on web advertising. Specifically, we have marketing partnerships with the following companies: Architectural Digest, the BBC Daily Telegraph in the UK, the South China Morning Post and PropGoLuxury.com in China, Hong Kong Tatler, the Financial Times, the New York Times, and the Wall Street Journal. These agreements result in over 1 billion impressions worldwide that drive potential consumers to websites that translate into 15 languages and 50 different currencies. Anna, that's how we create demand for our clients.
Wow. Well, when I'm ready to list my house, I'm listing it with you. So what advice do you have for potential sellers?
Be educated and informed. Real estate is no longer a local business. Westchester, Connecticut, and Massachusetts are some of the most sought-after locations in the country to live. People from all over the world are coming here. Ask the realtor, how will they expose your property to the four corners of the world? Show them the pyramid. Ask specifically how they market to the Pacific Rim, China, Europe, Russia, Canada, and South America. And then call us.
Okay, we have covered a lot. So what does your crystal ball say this time?
Anna, I'm very bullish on the future, both short-term and long-term. For the short-term, a good leading indicator is pending contracts for the past 60 days. Here are the pendings from July 1st through August 31st. For Fairfield County, pendings are up 85%. For the Shoreline, 24%. Litchfield County, 33%. Westchester County, 23%. And for Berkshire County, 8%. These are big numbers. The economy is getting stronger. Prices have stabilized. Consumer confidence is increasing. We have weathered the storm.
Paul, that's great news. Well, thank you again for your insight and your market wisdom.
My pleasure.
All right, so for more information and for your regional market summary, visit your local Sotheby's International Realty website. We'll see you on the next Supply and Demand.